Hello again, Year 11s. All right, let's talk about how we might solve some more complicated things. So this is going to be the simultaneous equations one, okay? So if you have to find something that requires simultaneous equations, there's quite a lot of steps, all right? So none of it's particularly difficult. There's just a lot to do. So let's try and remember how some of this works. So let's say we are asked to find the 27th term if, so this is the information that the question is going to give us. We know the third term is 3 and the 16th, oh gosh, that was terrible, 16th term is 42. Okay, so we know two pieces of information. Remember, let's just write our formula up here again. Okay, equals a plus n minus 1 times d. Okay, so remember our formula. This is what is going to help us to solve this. All right, so we know two pieces of information. We know term number 3 is 3. Okay, now let's have a go at writing that out with our formula. All right, so that would be, we know that, oh gosh, why does that keep happening? We know that T3 equals a plus 3 minus 1 times d. Okay, and we know, actually, let's have a go at using this eraser. Hey, it does work. Nice. Okay, so term 3 is 3, so let's just leave that at 3. Okay, so this is one of the ones that we know, and we also know the other one. Okay, so we know that term 16 is 42. So we know that 42 equals a plus 16 minus 1 d. Okay, 16 because this is 16, 3 because this is 3. Okay, remember this is n, so we're up here with our n. These two numbers have always got to be the same, all right, which is why 16, 16. This is not 42. A few people were getting confused about that. All right, so we have two pieces of unknown information, which means we can't possibly solve this. You can only solve an equation with one unknown. Because we have two, though, we can use simultaneous equations. So let's call this one 1 and this one 2. Now, if we minus 1 from the other, we're going to be able to get rid of a. Let's minus 1 from 2, though, because otherwise we'll end up with negative numbers, and that'll just be annoying. So it's easier to take the bigger number first. So let's do 2 minus 1 rather than 1 minus 2. Yeah, just because we don't want to deal with negatives if we don't have to. So we have, whoa, what have I written down there? A plus 15. Oh, right, I get what I've done. All right, so let's just write it out again. So we've got, stop doing that. So we have 3, this is our first one, equals, well, first of all, let's get rid of that. Let's actually simplify these a bit more first. Where's my eraser? Okay, let's get rid of these. So this can be 1. So let's figure out 1. Where is my pen? Where am I? There I am. Okay. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this. Okay, 3 equals a plus 3 minus 1d. Let's simplify it a little bit, okay? So 3 equals a plus 2d, isn't it? Because 3 minus 1 is just 2. All right, this is a bit easier to deal with, okay? And 2 is 42 equals a plus 16 minus 1d. So let's just simplify it a little bit. 16 minus 1 is just 15d. Okay, so this is a bit easier. We don't really want the brackets if we don't have to. So now we will do, oh, sorry, 2, gosh. All right, let's try that again. So we'll just do 2 minus 1, okay, now that we've got rid of the brackets. So we've got 2, so 42 equals a plus 15d minus 1, which is 3, equals a plus 2d. Yeah? That's just these two equations again. That's just this one and this one. All right? So 42 minus 3 is 39. A minus a is nothing. We've got rid of that, which is exactly what we wanted. Remember, we're using the elimination method of simultaneous equations. Substitution method, you could if you rearranged the equations, but there's no point. That's too much work. And 15d minus 2d is 13d. Excellent. Now we want to get d on its own, don't we? So how do we get rid of 13? It's currently 13 times d. So we're going to do the opposite of that and divide. 39 divided by 3, divided by 13 is 3. So d is 3. Now, we just put that back into equation number 1 over here. So we're going to use that. Instead of D, we're going to put in 3. So 3 equals A plus 2D, but this time we're going to put in 3 instead of D, okay? So 3 equals A plus 6. So 3 minus 6 equals A, and I'm getting towards the bottom of the page. Can I even write there? No, probably not. Okay, so we know that negative 3 is A. So the first term must be negative 3. Now we still have not finished answering the question. This is an awful lot of work to get to now we can figure out the question by using our formula up the top, okay? Because now we know what A is, now we know what D is. That's what the simultaneous equations were for. Now what we want to know is the question. We go back to the question. They want us to know the 27th term. Now we can figure that out, but we've run out of paper, so we're going to have to turn the page, okay? So once again, I'll write out the formula so we can remember it. Equals A plus N minus 1D, okay? So we want the 27th term. We figured out that A was negative 3. Unfortunately, the information's on the other page. That was not very organized of me. But yeah, you remember that, right? And then N is 27, because remember, these two numbers always have to be the same. Minus 1, and D was 3. Okay, we seem to have a lot of 3's in these examples, but that's just coincidence. All right, and then this, you can just type that straight into your calculator, and you will find out that it's 75. Okay, you can do an extra step in there if you want. Like if you wanted to do an extra step, it would be negative 3 plus 26 times 3. You could do that if you want, but it doesn't really matter. Either way, you'll get the right answer. And 75 is the 27th term. Now, that's a lot of information, I know. Go back and watch it again if you feel like you need a bit more help. So we really just want to, we know this information, we know this information. We've created 2 different equations from that information, and that's why we get to use simultaneous equations, okay? Hopefully that was all right. Yeah, please feel free to go back and watch it as many times as you feel like you need to, okay?